Hey guys, this is a very informal, very impromptu video that I thought I had to stop in and make just because I am just so, it is just so unbelievable the lengths at which these people will go to try to scam people. Yeah, today they tried it. Somebody tried to scam me, but guess what? Mama never raised no fool, so yes, they tried, and I must give it to them. They are getting more and more creative. They're trying to make their attempts more and more believable so that they can actually, yeah, get innocent people to buy into what they're selling. But thank God, this girl never bite at all. So, yeah, this is what happened. So this afternoon, I got a text on my business phone number, right? And it was an inquiry for services. For those who do not know, I'm a hairstylist, and um, pretty much I do that for a living on a day-to-day basis. So no, I'm there minding my own business, and I got a text, and the text said something like, well, it came with a picture of a hairstyle. And the inquiry said, would you be able to do this style on my girls? And I'm like, okay. Right away, I made the assumption that, it was an individual wanting to bring their girls, their daughters, their two daughters. Um, just an assumption. That was the first thing that jumped into my head, the first thought that hit me. So I was like, okay, shouldn't be a problem. That's a easy do in a day, yeah. So I responded, and I said yes, and the person proceeded to ask me the price. Quoted them the price and everything, and they asked me if it included hair. Now these people are, communicating as if it's the norm, like, this is something they do on a regular. And I'm gonna make the assumption that this is a female because the 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 the, the depth of the knowledge and just the jargons used, and just the attention to detail that was presented in the conversation, it made me feel like I was talking to a female. Of course, I assumed it was a mom, again, of two girls. Anyway, asked if hair was included. I said no, that's just for the installation. You would have to buy the hair. And they asked what type of hair, and I provided the information about the name of the hair and how many packs of hair and yada yada yada. Anyway, somewhere in the conversation it came up that the girls would be traveling from Orlando, which is a pretty distance from where I am. So I'm like, okay. So now they're making mention of a driver. And they went ahead and they said that, oh, I'll need your address, you know, for the driver who will be taking the girls. No, back up. My bad. They didn't reach to that part yet. Once I quoted the price, they're like, okay, give me a total for all 21 girls. Like, what? Wait, back up. Rewind, back up the truck, and take it from the top because 20 were? Yeah, so they're like 21. Let me get a total for um the 21 girls. I'm like, wait, what? 21 girls? And they're like, yeah, I need to get all of them done between now and September 19th. And yeah, so right away I was like, okay. First of all, I'm a sole hairstylist. I work on my own and all of that stuff. So I made that clear. However, they were, quite fine with that, and they agreed that they could take two of them per day and whatnot. At this point, there still was not a red flag, in my opinion. No red flags. Um, so now we're moving on to the part where the person is saying, okay, give me a total for all of the girls. And I went ahead and gave the total, and then I stated how much the deposit would have been, and yada yada yada. And then they went ahead and asked about the address. Now, this is something that I never do. I never provide an address prior to a booking being confirmed. And by confirmed, I mean all of the information is received, your deposit is paid, a date and a time is set in stone. So I totally ignored the requests about the address because I'm like, okay, so you have not booked the appointment yet. Anyway, so now we are at the conversation regarding the deposit, and asked for well, no, I provided them the information about the deposit, and that deposit is required, and all of that stuff, and how much and what methods of payments I accept. They're like, sure, fine, not a problem. We can send the money. I can send the money, but it will be a mobile check deposit. I'm like, okay. I just provided you with three payment options, none of which is a mobile check deposit. So I'm like at the point now where I am reintroducing these said options that I already clearly stated before, that these are my acceptable methods of payment. And they were like, oh no, this is the only way we can send it via mobile check. All you would have to do, we would email you a copy of the check written to you. You would print it, sign the back, and upload it via your banking app, and that is fine. Okay. This is where the red flags started to fly, and them start fly super high, right? So I'm like, wait. I started to Google, like, is it possible to, or how do I go about, doing a mobile check deposit and all of that stuff. It never indicated anything about a emailed copy of a check or none of that. It was just assuming that you have a physical check and you could upload it and do the deposit via your mobile banking app. Anyway, I called my bank because I'm just that type of person who, I like to be sure about things. So I called the bank and asked them about it, and they said, no, they do not allow that kind of method of, deposit via the app, and you would need a physical check. So I provided that information to the seemingly legit, inquirer for my services, and the person was like, oh no, it's fine, the banks are fine, we've done it this way many times before, yada yada yada, and blah blah blah. So anyway, They're like, okay, and I would, need you to do me a little favor. What? Favor? What kind of favor? 21 girls is already a big old favor. Okay? So, I would like you to do me a favor and all that stuff. And I'm like, what is a favor? Oh, well, you see, what happened is that the drivers that's going to be taking, the girls to your place, um, what happened is that the deposit that you require, we would send that deposit to you, and then we would send, an extra 150 for, a tip, and, just for the inconvenience. And we will also, though, send you 2,500, and I don't remember the exact amount. We will send you an additional 2,000 something, so that you could change that, or cash that amount and pay it to the driver for us. Make that sink in, because I not think gonna hear me good. I don't think gonna hear me good. Let me back up. I'm gonna send you a check for 3,000 something. You take your deposit of 1,000 something, plus a little bonus of a tip. That's a tip in advance of the service. First of all, I don't know who tips somebody for a service not yet had. So a tip for your service, and just for the, for facilitating this for us, for the, the inconvenience and all this stuff. And yeah. So right away, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. That was it for me. Conversation was over. I was done. I'm like, sorry, I cannot do that. Oh, but yeah, you have to do that favor. That is the only way we can pay. Please go and go find another stylist. Cause I want a fool. My mother never raised no fool. So I quickly shut them down. And of course, I don't know, obviously they knew that I was catching on, or that I had caught on to the foolery. And so no further emails, not emails, no further text came in on the subject, because what? And I'm like, this is ridiculous that somebody can devise such a detailed scheme. Like, these must be females. I'm thinking that these are female scammers. Because who thinks to call and try to scam a hairstylist and try to pretend as if you are making a legitimate booking with all of this information and details? And 21 probably sound like a nice number to entice somebody with. But this is the second time somebody tried to scam me in a similar way, and that is why I picked up on it so quickly. There was a mystery shopper opportunity online that I had responded to, and of course, mystery shopper whole mystery shopper scenario was new to me. I didn't even know that there was a mystery shopper that people would employ to go into the stores and to just, you know, pretty much just observe, how they treat the customers, or how they treat you as a customer, supposedly customer. And then you would, pretty much rate them, and yeah, you would get paid for it. So they try to scam me that way, saying that okay, they're prepaying me for the job, and they're gonna send me some extra to send back to. I'm like, again, I had called my bank, and the bank said no, that is a scam. You know, do not even try to attempt it to change that. It was a money order that they sent. So the whole scenario isn't new to me, and so that is why I picked up on it so quickly. But girl, these scammers are they're up in the game out here, you know. So I just thought I would do this, my midnight bedtime story. I had to come to you guys with this story because you have to be careful, just as a little heads up or a warning to be careful that I think, it is getting increasingly serious out there with scamming. So just be careful. Just wanted to share that with you. So anyway, by bedtime, have a good night and I'll talk to you next time. Remember to like, rate, subscribe, and share and comment. Let me know if they ever try to scam you and how. Bye.